What's up, Ian?
All right, we're back with another Rate Your Physique. I'm here with the IFBB Pro judge. The highest level of judging is the Arnold UK. He's yet to judge the big shows, but
One
he's
day.
He's
very
close.
he's been
Pay my dues.
judging for 25 years, so he's got a lot of
So,
experience. And then we have the
Canada's best bodybuilder of all time.
can we got Chris Bumstead's brother.
Brother-in-law. Not even by blood. Just,
Not even by-
just by marriage.
This guy that knows Chris is with us as well.
Used to know Chris.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, we have a website called therealbodybuildingpodcast.com where you can go and sign up to be a member. This is it. You can join the fantasy league. We have predictions for shows. We have rate your physique, rate your form, and consultations. If you guys want to join the membership site, you have access to me, Ian, Mike, Seth, Paul. I don't think Seth and Paul, Mike are actually listed. Oh, Mike's in. Mike's listed too. Paul, are you listed? Paul, you're in? No, it's just none.
What?
It's not there. It's not there yet. So
the message pierced.
Seth and Paul are gonna have to set up. Mike is set up, and Ian is set up. So if you guys want to go in and book, you can see the dates here that they have highlighted. So you can book for a 30-minute consultation. It's $150 US, and you can talk to them about anything. So without further ado, we're going to get to the Rate Your Physique submissions that we do have. And we're going to go through them one by one. Wow, this guy looks pretty good. Okay, let's start with Jaylen Kage. He's 5'11", 210. He's not in women's bodybuilding. That must be an accident.
Hey, who knows? Oh, yeah,
Sounds like a Mortal Kombat character. Jaylen Kage.
I know, right? It's probably made up. Just want an opinion from my favorite pros on the look. Okay. Ian, you can start with this. This is the only photo we have.
Okay. Yeah, overall it looks pretty solid. I mean, so can see some things that need to improve. The chest, I definitely think needs a bit more on there. A little more on the sweep of the quads. He's got one of those high sweep insertions on the kind of the lateral side of the knee there. I think a little more width on the quads will go a long way. Legs look good from the back though. Look nice and wide from the back. Back looks pretty decent. Yeah, more arms and more chest. A little more lat in the front shot there wouldn't hurt for sure. But the back lat spread, for considering the rest of the physique, is actually relatively decent. So, yeah, what do you guys think?
Paul?
Looks like he's got some thickness on his back. Looks like he just doesn't know how to open it up properly there.
Yeah.
If he opens it up more, but from the front, you're right, Ian, from the front there, it looks like you're a little slight. So, maybe, but that does look thick though, especially in the lower back there. Chest looks good. Shoulders, front delts look good. Maybe a little bit more rear delt to finish up to cap them off better. Yeah, I see what Ian's saying. Maybe a little bit more arms. It's hard to tell in these pictures, but maybe a bit more hamstrings. But yeah, that's got some muscle, some dense muscle there.
Okay, let's try and so if we're going to add to whatever the first person said, let's try and just add to things that they already didn't cover. So I'm kind of in agreement with all you guys. The only note I want to make is I see this a lot, and we're judging the rear delt by this pose. It's hard to judge the cap of the delt properly when you're sticking your elbow out like this. And that's not necessarily the wrong way to pose, but a lot of guys will do the side chest where the elbow is tucked into their waist. And that might actually cap off your delt a little more. So anybody watching, if you're doing a side chest if you're trying out your variations of your side chest, try and tuck the elbow inwards and see if you get more cap on that side delt.
Yeah, he needs to rotate that back shoulder around more anyways on that shot, but.
Okay. Man, sorry, I got to add Ian to this. Ian there. Okay.
What am I, chop liver? There we go.
Okay. Go ahead, Ian.
Muscularity, I'll give him a 6, 5, 5.
5.
Symmetry overall looks pretty balanced. I don't have any too big of gripes with that. Flows pretty well. I'll give him a 6 there, 7 there.
7.
Conditioning, this is off season, he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, conditioning solid. I got no issues with that. It's actually pretty nice off season conditioning. I'll give him a 6 there, 7 there.
Okay.
Being a little generous today.
Paul?
What was his age, Fouad?
Doesn't say his age.
Okay, he looks young.
It does say first timer though.
Okay, so he hasn't competed yet. He has no contest history.
Oh, then I could give more muscularity, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 7 because he looks like he's pretty young to me.
Yeah.
I think he's got a decent amount of muscle for his age. Symmetry, yeah, I like his look. I think he's got good balance there. Yeah, I'll go 7 there.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Okay. Conditioning?
Conditioning's pretty good too. I'm gonna go straight 7s across the board.
All right. Straight 7s across the board. I'm going to go 6 muscularity. I'm going to go symmetry. I feel like the torso needs to come up a bit, but it's not that crazy. Like, it all looks pretty good. I could go 7 for sure, maybe even 8. Conditioning, I'm going to go an 8 or 9 because, like, this is...
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's almost perfect.
Yeah.
For off-season conditioning.
Not too lean, not too fat.
Yeah, I'm going to go 9, and then I'll just right here check YouTube vid.
Nice spelling.
Check row
for notes. Oops. Okay. All right. What's going on here? Save rating. Let me refresh the page. Oh, it is saving. Why is it taking so long? There we go.
Slow.
Okay. Yeah, slow today. My internet.
Did it save you?
Yeah, it did save. There, the double check.
That's some good physiques there.
Yeah, he's there. Okay. Next one up, we have David Espinal, 6'1", 206, men's classic, off-season first-timer, no IG.
Just one picture.
We only have one photo. Guys, for people watching, if you want to get rated and you want to get like the best assessment possible, we need at least a front, side, and back. 4 photos would be the best, but at least 3 would be...
3 minimum.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry
so...
to both one.
Paul, do you want me to take this one since there's only one photo, or do you want to take it?
Yeah, go ahead, Fouad, and if there's anything I have to add, I will.
Okay, so symmetry looks pretty good. I mean, everything looks pretty even. Like legs are even to the arms. Back kind of frames the body nicely. Waist is small. Structure looks pretty good overall. I would say the most glaring weakness is just more muscularity everywhere.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem like there's anything lagging from looking at this one photo. It doesn't seem like there's anything far behind. Conditioning looks good. So honestly, I'm just going to say you need more time to grow, but it does say first timer. So I would just say keep doing exactly what you're doing and put more mass. The only area I might see a little bit of a gap is the adductors look really shallow.
Yeah, just legs. Yeah.
In comparison to the teardrop here, it looks like there's some good development here, but not as much on the outside or inside. So that's the only area I can kind of pick out.
I feel like his biceps or some part of his arm, they maybe bis or tris, just a little
triceps.
More. Yeah, triceps could use a little more there as well.
Yeah.
So adductors, arms. But I mean, lats actually got some good flair to them.
Yeah, this is nice.
Chest, decent density. Chest has a little bit of like shelf there, a little pop that looks nice.
Yeah.
Waist is good. Vacuum's good. Yeah.
Yeah, you see a lot of guys, their chest disappear when they hit the frontal bicep. His doesn't, it still hangs a bit. So looks like he's got chest development.
Okay.
I won pro shows with no chest, so it's better.
Anything else? Do you guys want to add anything else, or are we ready to judge?
No, it's good.
Okay. Manage judges done. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to give him a 4 muscularity because I feel like that's the only area he needs to bring up.
Yeah.
Symmetry, I'll go 8. Conditioning, I'll go 8. Wait, let me see.
You're generous today, Fouad.
Well, I mean, look, his symmetry. Can you pick out an area where he's lagging?
Well, it's a tough picture to go on, but the legs look slight to me.
Yeah, but it's overall pretty good.
Okay, maybe I'm a little too generous. Maybe I'll go 7. I'll go 7. I'm not going to go less than 7 though.
Okay,
go ahead, Iain.
4.77.
Paul?
Yeah, 4 muscularity, symmetry. I'm going to lean closer to a 6.
Okay.
And conditioning, I'll go 7.
Okay. Paul's pulling up the. He's playing the bad cop
Sunday
today.
morning. You're gonna earn it today.
All right. Next up, we have Dillon. He's 5'6", 204, men's open, off season, first timer. He wants to compete at some point. Okay.
There we go. Front, side, and back. My man.
Yes.
Paul, you're up, buddy.
All right.
10 for the mustache.
Yeah. Is he doing classic?
I think it said open bodybuilding, right?
It said open.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
He looks good from the front here. He's got some good muscularity, good balance, round muscle. He looks good from the front.
Nice abs.
Yeah.
Okay. Break it down though. Come on, Paul. We're not just...
Arms look really good from the front. Chest looks like it could use a little bit more size from the front, but abs look good. Delts look pretty good from the front too. Quads look like they're well developed. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty balanced from the front. I like his look from the front. Might just looks like his chest is a little bit slight there. You can see that from the side here.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe shoulders need to come up a little bit more to balance out with the arms. And shoulders and chest need to come up a little bit. And looks like hamstrings here on the side too.
Agreed.
Back looks like the weakness at this point. It's got some thickness to it. He's got some good lower back thickness and some thickness through the traps, but it looks like the lats are a little bit underdeveloped and the hamstrings are a little bit underdeveloped right now.
Yeah. Iain, you have anything to add to this?
Nope, agree completely. Chest, delts a bit more for sure because his arms from the side are definitely look pretty decent there.
Yeah, here.
So yeah, a little more delt to bounce that out. Rear delt, chest definitely could have a little more thickness, hamstring, and then more on the lats, mid and lower lat there.
Good calves. Well, they look good from
To
the
me,
side.
it looks like to me is everything is even except for the arms.
The arms don't look overdeveloped.
Actually, the quads are good
Yeah.
too. Quads are good too. Yeah, quads are good
quads
too.
are decent.
Got good limbs.
Okay. Well, not really good limbs because he's got good arms and good quads, but his hamstrings, like from the back, I feel like is the biggest problem.
Mhm.
This whole posterior chain needs to his calves look pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the hamstrings and back need to kind of come up to match the quads.
He's got some thickness to his back. You just need some lats.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look here what we're doing. Okay. Paul, you want to go first?
Yes. Muscularity, I'm going to go 7 here just because of the weaknesses in a couple areas. Symmetry, I'll go 7 there too. 6. 6. The lats need to come up quite a... No, 7. Make it 7. Sorry. A little indecisive. Conditioning needs to be a little tighter than that. I would give it well, actually, you know what? The abs look great.
It's off season, man.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was going by the back shot there. The side, the back and side look a lot softer than the front, to be honest. But even still, with the fronts looking good, I'll go 7.
7's across the board.
8.
8. Wow.
Yeah, 8.
Okay. I'm going to go next. I'm going to go 5 on muscularity. I'm going to go.
What's his body weight for?
I'm going to go 6 at symmetry. 204. 6 in symmetry, just because the backside doesn't really match the front as much. And conditioning, it's pretty good. I'll go 7. Ian?
666, baby.
Okay. All right. Let's see who we got next. Josh Matousek, 5'11", 248 pounds, men's classic prep. He's in prep. He's 16
Classic.
weeks out. The goal is to nail my first attempt on the national stage. Will most likely be my last year of classic. Competed in Buff. I don't know what this is, but competed in Buff and Detroit. Buffalo. Okay. Competed in Buffalo and Detroit last year. You might know the show. Oh, he was at our show, I guess. 17 weeks until the universe. Okay. So he's 16 weeks out. Let's give him a good critique because he's prepping.
Wow, great chest.
Yeah, got to drop those shoulders a little bit. But
Ian, I think this is yours, so you go ahead.
Sure. I mean, I like this physique. Looks very balanced in this shot here. I agree with Paul. Needs to drop the trap, like relax the shoulders a bit, get the shoulders down, and open those arms a little, just through the lats a bit more. He's a tall guy. He's going to need a bit more leg there. Like they don't look disproportionate because it all kind of flows well, but I think a little more on the quad and adductor would definitely help there. Chest looks good. Shoulders look good. Arms in this shot, I can't tell a ton, but they look solid here. Lats look nice. Midsection looks well developed and tight. Yeah, I mean, he's a tall guy, so I think legs and arms are going to be like the important things here.
Yeah.
Well, he's only 5'11". He's not crazy tall, but yeah. More arm. Can I see a side shot here?
Yeah. Sorry, let me go. That's the last one. Wait, let me see what we got here. I think there's no side shots.
Yeah, okay, let's see that most muscular. Yeah, see there, I think a little more arm would definitely help on a taller guy. More quad. You can see from the back as well.
Sorry, let me go back to the back shot there. There we go. I feel like his back and
doesn't. Yeah,
he's rounding it.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I just feel like his back and his chest are his best body parts.
Yeah, his back looks good. There's some good width there, decent thickness. I think there's obviously he's not displaying it as good as he could from the posing here, but I think he actually has a pretty solid back. This is the kind of things I expect from tall guys. Like usually they got some good backs and they need a little more in the limbs, like the arms and the legs, which I see here. Shoulders, chest, and back are great. Legs as a whole could use a little more. Hamstrings, you can see there, a little slight. Adductors, quads, and arms is where I would put it. But chest and back look great, so I wouldn't put too much focus on those right now.
Paul, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think he's got a great physique. A lot of potential there. I just think some of it's a little bit of a posing issue. And yeah, just refining a few areas there. But
this is a good physique for classic, though. I think if he can nail that back shot, this flows nicely for a classic physique. I do like this physique.
I agree with everything Ian said on the assessment of the physique. The only question I have, Josh, if you're listening, is I wonder, like when I see legs like this, I wonder how much work is being done in compound movements, because it's like the quad looks really good, but then it loses a lot in the hamstring and the adductor, and I'm like, maybe you're not focusing enough on hamstring day, or maybe you're eliminating some compound movements that might give you that overall 3D look of the leg.
Build more density.
Well, just that, sometimes I feel like people get focused on building quads and they focus on maybe more, like not
like
that,
leg press with your feet really low to isolate the quads and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I would be just doing fucking heavy squats, heavy leg press, getting my big fucking RDLs in there, just like meat and potatoes bullshit.
You know what I mean, though, Ian? Like sometimes when you
I know what you mean.
focus, So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, Josh, is if you're focusing a lot on your quads actually look very good. It's just the overall 3D look of the leg needs to be thicker. You know who that reminds me of is Eric Janicki.
Yeah.
That's kind of that same, it almost has that same feel to it where it has like great quads, but needs more overall density to the entire leg.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's and I don't know what Josh's training is like. I just wonder if maybe that's part of it, but I'd look into that.
But there's a good shape to that quad too. I like the shape of it. I think just the legs as a whole need more, but I think it is more focused on the hams and adductors for sure. Yeah.
All right. Let's go through. Ian, you're first.
Okay, so he's national level, amateur, men's classic. He's a big guy. Okay, muscularity, I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay.
Symmetry, it's relatively symmetrical. Things all fit pretty good. There's a few weak points, but it flows pretty nicely. I'll give him a 7 there. This is off season currently, or where was he?
No, 16 weeks out.
16 weeks? Okay, this is a good spot for 16 weeks. I'll give him an 8 for conditioning.
Okay, Paul?
I'm pretty much in line with Ian there.
Okay.
I'm going to say 8 for muscularity, especially given that he's classic. 7 symmetry, 8 symmetry. I just think his hamstrings especially need to come up a little bit. Conditioning too, I think that's great off-season conditioning.
No, it's not off-season. 16 weeks out.
Or 16. I think it's a great starting point for 16.
Great 16.
Yeah.
Where do you want? 8. Okay. I'm going to say muscularity. I think I'm going to go 7 because I feel like it's a lot of chest and back and everything else needs to come up to match. So I'm going to go 7. And I think that's kind of the problem with the symmetry bar is we've talked about this before is his structure is nice.
Yeah.
But his symmetry is off. So for that reason, I'm going to give him a 7.
That's where I was. Yeah.
And then conditioning, I think, is good for 16 weeks out. So I'll say 10 or sorry, not 9 there.
Are you still writing in the C video or no?
Ah, shit.
You haven't for the last 2, I don't think.
Let me go back here.
Just in case they don't.
See YouTube video for notes. I got to
check the last one too.
I got to get a little drop down menu for that so I don't have to fucking type it in every time.
Yeah.
Getting some good physique submissions here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really good ones, man. I would kind of glance through some of them. All right, here we go again.
Another good one here.
Torsten McIntyre, 5'6", 194, men's open. He's in prep. He's 1 week out.
Whoa.
Okay, well, this was submitted more than a week ago, so I apologize, Torsten, ahead of time that we didn't get to it before your show. So
maybe we should pull up his IG and see how he did.
Let's see. You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, see what he look like if he's got some stage shots.
I've judged this guy before.
Oh, he's Canadian. Or
either
like
that,
North
or maybe
or
I might have judged him at the Arnold's.
All right.
Vancouver. Okay, yeah.
No, this was 32 weeks ago. That's old.
Yeah, last year though. It looks like that's from last year's Vancouver.
This is from the same. This looks like this is at Pure.
That's 23 weeks ago as well. These are all old. Okay, yeah, he doesn't have anything here, unless the most recent video is.
Yeah.
That black video there.
Oh, this one here. 19 weeks.
No, the all black. No,
this
down
one.
below. Yeah.
22 weeks.
Yeah, these are all old. Okay. Yeah, pull up his recent pics then.
Okay. How come I can't fucking get to it? Get out of the way. Okay. All right. Paul, I think you're starting. Go ahead.
Yeah. Condition looks great here. Balance looks really good from the side too. Maybe a little bit more chest. Definitely a bit more chest there from the side to balance out with the shoulders, and hamstrings look great from the side.
Hamstrings look crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's flexing them and they're still billowing that low, you know?
Yeah. Very impressive side shot. I would just ask a little bit more chest to bring that to enhance that pose a bit more.
Okay.
Agree.
Same thing here. Conditioning looks great. A little bit more chest. I think it's just maybe flexibility there. He can't roll his shoulder back all the way, so it's kind of hiding a bit of his rear delt. Arms look great though.
Yeah, cannons for arms.
Yeah. Nice pose. Just a little bit more chest thickness stuff. Enhance it better.
Okay.
Looks really balanced from the front pose here too. Everything looks right there. I mean, maybe the lat's a little bit more wider, ideally. If you want to take your class at nationals, especially, they'll get a little bit high insertions from the front. But we'll see from the back pose. But the only thing I could see there, these a little bit more, is a little bit more back width, but not a huge glaring weakness though.
Okay.
Nice shot.
That's it. There's no back shot.
Okay. I want to see his butt, you know?
Okay. Anything to add, Paul? Or do you want me to go ahead?
No. Looks like a little bit. Do I see a little bit of gyno there though?
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. Quads look great though. Great conditioning.
Chop it out.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna be a little bit harsher than Paul. So first I would start with the gyno. I think if you're gonna compete, they're gonna constantly mark you down. It's not gonna be a huge deal, but if you're close with somebody else, this is gonna hurt you. So I'm going to start with that. On the front shot, I actually see more of the side shots are good because your arms are so thick.
Yeah.
And your legs are so thick from the side. It's from the front. You're, again, great quads, losing a little bit shallow through the adductor. And I'm assuming by looking at that the hamstrings from the back, I mean, from the side, they're great. The hamstrings from the side are great. I don't know what they look like from the back. It could be just an adductor issue. But I also feel like I agree with Paul on the lats, but also the chest is very...
Yeah, chest is the biggest I see. Yeah.
You can see the glaring weakness in the chest, especially when you pull up and it kind of just disappears there. Arms are good. Biceps are probably better than the triceps.
Yeah, buys are crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think adductors to me and
Adductors and chest. Yeah.
chest and back. We don't have a back shot, but just judging by this, it looks like the lats are really high.
Yeah.
And then conditioning, I feel like a week out, this is maybe a little bit behind.
Yeah, it's good, but not great.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go. Ian, do you want to add anything to that? Sorry, before we go on.
No, I agree.
Okay. Paul, you get to start.
Okay. So, obviously, I'm going to base my scores on him being a national level athlete. Muscularity, I'm going to go, it's hard because we can't see the back. I'm going to go 8 from what I can see.
You just have to go by what you can see, I guess.
Yeah, I know, and I kind of forget what his back looks like now after judging him last year. Symmetry, I'm gonna go 7 there. The chest is a little bit weak, and conditioning, I think the conditioning is pretty good for that's a week out, we said. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit behind. I would give the conditioning a 7. Okay. Symmetry up to an 8 for it.
Okay.
Again, that's without seeing his back though.
Ian?
7, 7, 6. Am I being rough with the 6?
No.
Look, this is good conditioning, but for a week out, I can definitely tell that this isn't like this would be a good to me.
This is 3 or 4 weeks out. Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks. I mean, I'd like to see a little more hardness there for sure.
I find it hard to gauge without being able to see the back.
I just want to. Well, I mean, that front double bicep is really telling about the lats.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like all of a sudden he turns around and there's like massive sweeping lats. You can tell from the front they're kind of like they're high that way. But I just want to make this one point about the conditioning and why Ian said 3 or 4 weeks out. I remember the first person that taught me that was Chad. I thought I was ready. It was like probably one of the first nationals I did with Chad. I thought I looked like that and I thought I was ready. And then Chad's like, okay, there's one other level to go to.
Yeah.
And that other level is the level Ian's talking about, where you need that last 3 weeks to really. You can see all the lines, but you need to etch those lines in really, really deeply. So,
look, I'm completely speculating on this, but looking at this from the front, I'm assuming his like glutes and hams aren't like hard.
Yeah,
I bet there's like some shape to them and some lines, but not what I'd like to see it 1 week out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in perfect stage conditioning, being like my level of stage conditioning, that would be a 6. Yeah. I would give it a 6.5 if we had half points, but
if there's one note to take from this for people that are newer and coming up, just because you can see all the lines in your physique, that doesn't mean you're ready. You need to get those lines as deep as possible. And that's before you use diuretics. Don't wait and say, oh, once I take a diuretic, it'll be like some miraculous thing. Okay. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have Tyler Pitann, 6'2", 232, men's classic, off-season, amateur. I think it's my turn, right?
Yep, I think so.
Off-season? Amateur, men's classic, 232. Okay, first thing I'm going to say is muscularity. Abs look good. Lats, can't tell too much from the shot. Quads look good. Go to a shot, we can see arms need to come up.
Chest looks solid there.
Chest looks good.
Hamstrings
Quads look pretty good from the side. Hamstrings is not much there at all. From the front, again, chest looks great. Shoulders, I noticed that on the side shot. Shoulders definitely need to cap off. Like this is very front delt dominant, as you can see here too. They need to cap off on the sides and the rears.
Great chest though, fuck.
Chest and quads again are good.
Okay.
It's everything else, really, is everything else. Its chest and quads are very dominant, and everything else just needs to come to match. As you can see from, it's not switching now. Fuck, there we go. As you can see from the back shot, this back does not match the chest. Mm-hmm. And then the shoulders you can see here, these kind of
arms as well.
It's going to drop off. The arms are very thin, slight. Quads you can see from the back, which is crazy because they're good.
Glutes are well developed too.
But then the hamstrings and adductors are leaving something left to be desired. So, and I kind of knew that was going to happen when I saw 6'2", 232. 232 is not overly dense for a guy who's 6'2". Mm. And the fact that you're tall, like Iain mentioned before, is going to be harder for you to fill out your limbs. So that's the number one thing I think you have to work on. Iain or Paul, anything to add?
I think I bought a bunch of shoes off this guy once.
anything else to add?
other than his hamstrings, like his back looks like the insertions are all there. Like he's got low attached, like his lats attached very low. It looks like the potential is there to fill out that frame with more muscle, and he'll be able to hold it very well.
He's a tall guy. He just needs more density here. For
I see the hamstrings as being the hardest thing for him. He's going to have a challenge with.
Okay, Iain, anything to add?
Nope. Hamstrings, shoulders, arms, back. Chest is great. Quads are good. I wouldn't say they're great, but they're definitely one of his stronger points. But chest is definitely a standout part. So yeah, just fucking densify that shit.
Okay. Muscularity, I'm going to go 5. Quads and chest are pretty good, but everything else is lagging. I might even go. What is he? He's an amateur. I don't know how many times he's competed before, if at all. It looks like this is from a show though.
If this is off season, he's very lean.
Yeah. I hope that's a that's an old photo from before a show, maybe.
I'll stay at 5. I was thinking 4, but I'll stay at 5. Symmetry, I'm going to go. The structure is not wild. Clavicles aren't extremely wide, and the waist isn't extremely narrow, and the quads don't flare particularly wide either. So, and then symmetry wise, there's a bunch of muscle groups that need to catch up to the chest and quad. So I might even just go a 4 there. Conditioning for off season is great. I'll give him an 8 there. He might even be.
I think if this is off season, this is too lean to me.
Yeah.
We'll give him a 6 there. Okay, Iain, go ahead.
Muscularity, I'm as well with a 5. I think his symmetries, he's got some weak points, but nothing's like so good that I think it does flow reasonably well. There's some points here. I'll give him a 6 there.
Okay.
Conditioning, this is tough. If these are off-season pictures, you're too lean. But if this is like 16 weeks out old photos or something, it's good. It's hard for me to judge here. I'm going to
just judge it by this. He's in the off-season.
Okay. Then, okay, if you're listening to this, if this is a bit too lean, so I'm giving you a negative score for this, so I'll give a 6.
Okay, Paul, you're up.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on most of those. Muscularity, go 5. He's got some good body parts, but missing some body parts. Symmetry, I'm going to be a little bit harsher because I think he needs a lot in the hamstrings and back. I'm going to go 3. And conditioning, it's too hard if that's off season. I'll go 7. I'm sorry, 6.
Okay. All right. Moving along. Oh shit. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do this.
What you should do, just copy it when you write it this time, and then every time you just paste it in. It'll be on your copy board.
Right.
This photos from a summer recomp phase.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, well, let me.
I wanted to see the progress I made in a lean state. Okay.
Okay.
Well, then I'll give him a 7 then instead.
Yeah, we'll just all give him 7s for
Yeah.
condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Bump his score a little bit. Now he's a 5.44 instead of a 5.33. Okay. All right, next up, we have Jay Noble. He's 5'10", 200 pounds. Men's open. He's in prep. He's 3 weeks out. And again, these might have been submitted at a time when Let me see what his Instagram looks like.
He's 46 years old as well.
Yeah.
Holy
Geez.
shit, he looks like he's... Oh, no, he does look 46. Okay. Let's see what his Instagram looks like in case we missed his show. I'm going to have to start picking out the guys who are in prep and rating them first. I don't know. I don't see anything like this is... I don't see like is this the show? No, that's 27 weeks. Okay.
Half a year ago.
Okay. Let's see if we can just get this before. Hopefully he hasn't done. My goal is to win another show.
Oh, it says these pictures are from my last prep a couple of years ago. I'm going to compete later this year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He wants to know if you do opener classic.
Okay. My bad. Okay. Paul, I don't know, Ian or Paul, who's up?
I can go. Sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, overall, this like flows relatively nice. I think the chest needs definitely a bit more on there. His shoulders are like popping up way over there. So I think he definitely needs a lot more chest on that. Quad, he could definitely be wider. I think he could pose him better, but the development as a whole looks pretty solid there. Shoulders look great. Lats don't look too bad, but I think a little more there wouldn't hurt. Let me see.
Can I make a quick note?
Yeah.
Get different trunks.
Yeah, these trunks are brutal. Yeah.
These are really, really bad. They're like a Brazilian bikini cut kind of thing going on here. It's not doing you any favors.
Yeah, and you can see especially in this next shot here. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Waist is really nice and small. You know, he has a bit wider hips, but it works okay. Yeah, definitely more chest, more lat. Yeah. Chest being the biggest one here for sure. Quads look good. No problem with the quads. Next
Calves.
Hamstrings have some decent detail. Glutes definitely look a little shallow here. So, you know, more adductors, hamstrings, glutes for sure. Back has some decent width, but is lacking thickness a little bit there. Next one.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, here again, you can see the chest, hamstrings definitely too. Quads don't look as good here as they do in the front shot. I think you're squatting down on that shot a little too much, which is going to make you lose a bit. I'd stand up a little more and not flex that hamstring, push it up against the leg. Calves look great. But yeah, no, arms, rear delts a bit for sure. Very front delt dominant. Chest. You know, and that's probably why his chest is a little underdeveloped. You can see the development in his front delt there, and especially on the front lat. Like he's 99% front delt. I'm sure you're pressing just all your chest pressing through your front delt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, be very mindful of your pressing for sure. And then yeah, I mean, he just needs more thickness kind of as a whole here. But for 46, this is a solid physique. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to add, Paul. You?
No. Just the only thing I saw a big gap between the thighs. You know, so maybe some adductor work too.
Yeah. Because quad development's actually pretty solid there. Like they look nice. They got good shape to them and good detail, but yeah, he definitely needs more adductor, hamstring, chest, back.
It looks like one of those cases you're talking about, Fouad, where maybe someone's focusing a lot on isolation work for quads.
I don't know. You know, when I look at this pose, it almost looks like the way he's posing is causing this gap.
It's definitely that's why I said
it's not helping it.
It's not helping.
Sure.
Yeah, they're very front on. He's not like pushing his hips forward enough, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if I can properly judge this adductor because it looks like it's more of the because here the adductor looks great.
Looks better.
Separated at least, yeah.
So here I would say, like, if you're posing, people that are listening, turn your heels inward a little bit, turn your toes out. You know, that should actually, and then if you pop your hips forward, that actually should allow you to get the adductor to come through. Yeah, I don't know. I think I feel like it's a posing issue, but I can't tell.
And his question here was wondering if you should do open or classic. What are you guys thinking here?
Well, I mean, for open, at 5'10", this is my thought. At 5'10" in an open class, and I'm gonna assume you want to win another show. You need another 10 or 20 pounds. Depending on the show you go to, depending on the show you show up at. But
yeah, 5'10", you're going to need to be at the top end of heavies to be really competitive. Like at 5'10", you know, if you're like a light heavy or anything, you're going to look a little thin there. I think at 5'10", you know, that's my height. So
I would say if you can fit into classic, I would try and do classic and see where you land. This is a pretty good classic physique. I just think you need to work on the waist a little bit, do some vacuums, get that shit a little bit tighter. But that's the way I would go.
I think the waist is actually pretty tight. Like if you look at the ab and thigh, the waist itself is actually quite small.
Well, what I was looking at,
hips are like a little wider. Yeah. Those trunks are fucking absolutely not doing him any favors.
What I was looking at when I said that, Ian, and I don't know, like, you know, obviously you have a lifting app, so you can tell me what you think. But when I look at the abs, it's like this is sunken in and this is sticking out. And when I see that, the first thing I think is the TVA is loose and he's not getting enough like his ab wall is not tight enough, so he's not able to pull this in as far as he should.
Yeah, I think the vacuums would definitely help. I think his waist as a whole is actually small. I think he's a guy with a bit wider hips here, so I think it's not helping him on a shot like that when his waist is kind of hourglassing out. It isn't like the nicest look, but I think you could adjust this pose too to bring those hips in a different position, get over it a little more,
Right.
Like instead of leaning back and sticking your hips forward like that, it's kind of making you look wider as you get farther down,
That's another thing too. The legs, like that was a good thing that Iain touched on. Was a lot of guys when they do this shot, they will turn this toe out, turn this knee out, and don't necessarily flex this right away. So they create more of a
shape to it,
more of a shape to the bottom, so it doesn't all flow through straight like this.
Yeah. Great angles, not straight lines. Yeah.
Okay, Iain, I think you went first, so you go ahead.
Yeah, paste your notes first so we don't forget here.
Oh yeah, fuck. Good thing you're here. I keep.
Yeah, you copied this. Now copy it again. Fuck.
I know. Okay,
46. Wants to do another show. Muscularity, I'll give him a 5.
Okay.
Symmetry, I mean, it's not overly unsymmetrical. I mean, there's, some good points, but it all kind of is the same. I'll give him a 6 for symmetry.
Okay.
Conditioning, if this was 3 weeks out, I think it is a little bit behind. But on his page, his conditioning on stage didn't look terrible, but I'm going to judge it with what I see here for 3 weeks out. This is definitely a bit behind, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I think you're right. There's some lines there, but yeah, he could be a little bit harder.
3 weeks out, yeah, no, I'm not.
So what are you giving him?
I'm going to give him a 6 for conditioning.
Fucking condition hawk over here. I'm going to go muscularity. The quads just stand out to me over everything, but I guess that's more of a symmetry issue. I think he just 5'10". I don't know, man. I feel like 4.
Some good body parts, eh?
Symmetry is, like Iain said, flows pretty well together. Everything's pretty even. Structure's not bad. I can go 6 there too. Conditioning, I go 7. Paul?
Okay, muscularity. Like I said, he's got some good body parts, but missing some body parts too. Or not missing, but weaknesses. I'll go 5. 5 muscularity. Symmetry. I like his structure more than his symmetry. His overall flow in that. I'll go 6 like you guys did with symmetry. And conditioning, I think his conditioning's pretty good for 3 weeks out. I'm going to go 7.
Okay. And up next, we have Ethan Wiley, 5'9", 170, men's open. He's in the off season. He's a first timer. My goal is 190 before 2026.
He's 18 as well.
18 years old. First show within 2 to 3 years. So at least he's giving himself some time.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, I think this is you, buddy.
Okay. So, sorry, you said he was 18?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got good muscularity for 18 years old. Yeah.
Start with the front double.
Okay. He's got some good arm development there. Looks like quads, there's some development coming. They're obviously going to need some work, but they're coming along. Looks like chest is a little bit slight at this point. But let's see some more. We could maybe get a better view of that. Yeah, chest looks like it needs to come up a little bit, but there's some development there for 18. Shoulders look pretty good. Arms look pretty good. Legs from the side look pretty thick.
Legs look good from the side. Yeah.
Side leg looks good. Yeah. Side quad.
Yeah. Okay, back is where for 18-year-old, not a big surprise. It's some lack of development in the back right now, but that'll sure it'll come. But so yeah, it looks like the back is a little underdeveloped compared to the arms and shoulders and chest right now. He's got some muscle in his hamstrings too, but probably his quads are a little bit more developed right now than his hamstrings. But typical for an 18-year-old.
Iain, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think he's young. Like, it's very uncommon. You see 18-year-olds with extreme development. This is, good for 18, not spectacular. I think he just needs more time. I mean, I'm not going to critique him too hard. I think for an 18-year-old, this is good. He's getting after it. So yeah, like I agree with Paul. The biceps look great there. Needs more density. Quads are pretty solid, but the rest needs more for sure.
So I'm not going to.
He's asking in terms of should he bulk up or clean up the diet. I don't think this is like a terrible spot to like. He's got a little bit of abdominal fat, but as a whole, he's not in terrible condition. So yeah, I think he could push up from here. He's a young guy.
I'm just going to give my 2 cents on this. I'm not going to critique hard either because, like you said, Ian, he's 18, just has a long way to go and a lot of muscle to put on still. But what I can see is a limb dominant bodybuilder developing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I can see like the arms and legs are already kind of more developed than the torso, the chest and back. So I think, Ethan, if you're going to place any emphasis on your training, obviously I would train everything evenly because you still have to grow everywhere, but don't just keep that in mind. Keep your chest and back in mind because those to me are the areas that need to come up kind of more so than the other ones.
This is random, but this is a physique I would put on like a push-pull legs kind of split. Like I don't think he needs a lot of focus on arms or like specificity on quads. I think he just needs a frequency and generality to the training.
Right.
I'd be hammering that fucking push-pull legs, getting the frequency and kind of just bulking everything up, but not having like an extra arm day or like something that I don't think he needs right now.
I could say that too, yeah. Okay, Paul, go ahead.
Okay, so muscularity for an 18-year-old, give him a 5. Pretty good.
Okay.
Symmetry, overall pretty good, except for the back. Again, I'll go 5 there.
Okay.
And conditioning, I think for an 18-year-old, I mean, maybe a little bit leaner. Like I would just clean up the diet a little bit but keep it a calorie surplus, but I would clean up the diet a little bit. So I'm going to go 4 there.
Wow, you're fucking hard.
I was hard not an 18-foot.
Yeah, but you're a genetic phenom, Paul.
Well,
I'm going to go muscularity. He's young. He's got a long way to go still, but it's good for 18. I'll say 6. Symmetry, there's not much to see here yet because it still has some time, but everything looks pretty good. I'll say 6 there again. Conditioning, I think it's fine for off-season at 18 years old. I was eating everything in sight at fucking 18, so I don't think he's fat by any means. I think he's just got a little layer. He's fine. Ian, go ahead.
666.
That was the lowest one on that one.
Fucking Paul dropping the 4s in there.
I'll go by myself at 18 too. So.
Ruthless on the youngins here.
I competed at 19 though.
So did I.
Okay, we got a good one here. This is Samuel Gothelf, 5'11", 211, men's classic, off-season. He's in the off-season. He's an amateur. His goal is to get a pro card. Okay, we can judge this guy.
Sorry,
judge him accordingly.
It says below here, 2.5 weeks post-show. He just turned 21, plan on taking a long off-season.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, like, we have to judge him based on this. So
no, I know, but you said off-season, so I just wanted to make sure we're seeing it as 2.5 weeks post-show. Yeah.
Okay, 2.5 weeks post-show, just turned. He's only 21.
Yeah.
Planning on taking a long off-season to fill out weight cap. I don't know. Ian, do you know what the weight cap, or Paul, do you know what the weight cap is at 5'11"?
Not offhand, but it's more than 211, I believe.
Okay, I think this is me.
Yep.
I know this guy somehow. I just met this guy. This is Nick Justice's client. Okay, we met this guy in Columbus. I don't know if you...
Oh, yeah, at the gym.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, let's go. Trying to get a pro card. I would say everything looks pretty even, but everything needs to come up. Like the lats need to frame the body a little bit more. The arms look like they need a little bit more development. Chest is kind of flattened out in this front double. Quads look like there's good development, but still feel a little bit straight in that shot. From the back, again, kind of same thing. It's just the physique itself needs to be a little bit more round. So like there's good development here, but it just needs more thickness because there's no pop here to the quad. There's no depth here to the adductor. The lat itself is kind of shallow here as you pull it apart. Triceps are flattened out. Biceps need to peak more. Shoulder development looks good. Trap and ROMs look good. And then from the side, again, shoulders look pretty good. Maybe a little bit more rear delt, but again, biceps need to be thicker. Everything is very symmetrical. So Samuel, if you're watching this, everything is very symmetrical. Everything's very even, but it just needs more pop if you're going to get a pro card. Like these quads need to sweep a bit more. The hamstring needs to drop a bit more. The arms need to billow out a bit. Your chest needs to kind of hang over your stomach a bit more. So it's all there. It just needs a little bit more time. But again, I remember you saying you're like 21 or 22. So this is pretty good for that.
Yeah, just turned 21, it says.
Yeah. So that's great for 21. Good vacuum. Again, like you can see here, the lats need to come out a bit to frame the waist. The waist is a good size. I'm relatively pleased with the physique. It just needs more muscle everywhere, more time. Ian and Paul, anything to add to this?
No, I agree. I think the biggest things that'll aid his physique here is definitely more on the lats and more on the adductors and hamstrings there. I think as a whole, though, it's quite well balanced. There's nothing that like stands out. He does have a bit of an imbalance here. You can see between his right and left bicep. I don't know if he's torn that left bicep or it's just a left arm, right arm kind of thing. But try and make those a little more symmetrical. His left one's or his right one is definitely a little more dominant there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just more density everywhere. Symmetry looks good. I mean, his conditioning. If this is 2.5 weeks post show, I bet he was in pretty decent conditioning on stage. So
yeah.
So as a whole, yeah, I mean, he thinks he's in a great spot.
Paul, anything to add?
No, I think you guys hit everything. Just a little bit more of everything, a little bit more roundness to the muscle. I don't know how much weight he's going to have under his cap, but even, if he finds himself like too close to the cap and he's suddenly putting on more muscle, he's got the kind of frame that can go to bodybuilding too. So, I think he's got a bright future.
I think he looks like a good classic physique. It just, you know what I mean? Like, I think his flow is good for classic. It just, like this is
being 21, he's going to put on more muscle.
Like imagine this physique with a little bit more sweep and a little bit more lat.
His weight cap actually up to and including 5'11", so it depends if he's 5'11" on the button or a little bit over, is 209. So he's 211 here, 2.5 weeks post show. So he's not a ton of room there.
If this was a shredded physique, he would be 199.
Yeah, probably 199. So yeah, he's got 10 pounds or so in the class.
That's a lot of weight, though. That's a lot of weight.
And it depends. If he is like a hair over 5'11", he has up to 217. So
I don't know if the thing is though, 10 pounds is a lot of tissue, but maybe on a 5'11" guy might not be enough to give him the look he wants.
I think he could get there.
Yeah. It's going to be tricky. Samuel. It's going to be tough because you're a little bit taller guy. So adding like 10 pounds is a lot of muscle.
You need to add it in the right spots.
Yes. Yeah. You need
definitely to the back, chest, legs, adductors. Yeah.
Okay. I think I started there, so I'll go muscularity is the most glaring thing. I'll go 5. I'll go 6. He's got good muscularity, but he needs more. Symmetry, I'm pretty happy with. Flow, I'm pretty happy with. For 21, I could go a 9. Like he's very fucking
very balanced.
He's very even everywhere.
Yeah.
Conditioning also at 2.5 weeks out post show. He's obviously reverse dieting out. I don't know. I don't really believe in that. He should be huge by now. I'm gonna go 8.
Should be fatter than that.
You should be fatter. I would have been 50 pounds over by now. Okay, Ian, go ahead.
I'm going to take his age into account here. So I think overall his muscularity is solid. I don't think it's exceptional. I'm going to give him a 7 there.
Okay.
Symmetry, I agree with you, is pretty good. I'm going to go an 8.
Okay.
Conditioning for 2.5 weeks, and I'm going to judge this as kind of a rebound / what I assume his stage conditioning was. I'm going to go an 8 is there as well.
Paul?
Muscularity, I'm impressed with the young man. I'm going to give him a 7. Symmetry, very symmetrical.
You're impressed that you only landed at 7?
Well,
got to leave room for improvement here, Fouad.
I'm not done giving my own scores, though.
You made a point to say you were impressed, and then you only gave him a 7. Okay, go ahead.
Well, take consideration he's classic. Maybe I should go to an 8 because
no, I'm not trying to change your mind. Go ahead. No, that's fine.
Well, if you had points or halves, I go 7.5.
Okay, go ahead.
Symmetry, I like his symmetry a lot. I'm going to go 9.
Okay.
And conditioning, 2.5 weeks. I agree with you, Fouad. Enjoy yourself a little bit more. Eat a little bit more. I'm gonna go 7.
Okay, that's Nick Justice's fault. He's probably cracking the whip. Okay. Next up, we got Joseph Mili, 5'10", 208, men's classic. He's in prep. He's 19 weeks out. He's a first timer. He wants to become an IFBB pro, so we can judge him accordingly. Paulie is the GOAT.
Thank you.
He shall beat Ian in the race.
My name's IAIN, not IAN, motherfucker. So.
We'll be competing in the southern states, down in Boca and also in Tampa for my first show, though. Okay, Paul, go ahead. You're first, I think.
Okay, start with the back shot then. Good traps, really good traps.
Okay, remember. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I just want to make one thing. Yep. He's a first timer.
Okay,
but he also wants to be a pro.
Okay, so I'll take those.
And he is 19 weeks out, so we have to
consider first show.
Yeah,
I'll take all that consideration. Really strong trap development, but needs way more lat development, and arms look like they're slight. Hamstrings too look like they're a little bit underdeveloped, at least from the back pose. But let's see as we go on here. Yeah, you can definitely see the lat. The lats are a little bit underdeveloped. There's not much width to the front pose. Arms are underdeveloped. Need more size on the arms. Quads look okay though. Quads look like they're pretty good. Pretty good overall shape. Looks like the chest could use a bit more too, though, because the chest is disappearing a little bit on that front pose. Yeah, you can see the chest here, needs more thickness. Arms too need more size to them, and quads look like they're a little bit out of proportion next to the hamstrings right now. Hamstrings need to come up to match the quads.
Paul, are you being extremely nice because he said you're the GOAT?
No, I'm being honest, Fouad.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm being pretty balanced.
Yeah, go ahead.
My feedback here.
Okay, go ahead.
He's got nice flow though. I like his overall shape.
This is actually a good shot for him. This actually shows a little bit more of his shape. But
yeah,
go ahead. Anything to say about this before we?
Same things. And the more arms, more chest, more lats.
Okay, Ian, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, no, I think arms are definitely the most glaring weakness I see here, especially in that front double. They are definitely need to come up. Hamstrings, adductors as well. Back has kind of a nice shape to it, but I think it just needs more. The lats come in low. I think it just needs some more density, but yeah, adductors, hamstrings, quads aren't terrible. Chest, arms, lats definitely need some more. There's not a ton of shape on that front double because of that. But yeah, no, I agree with Paul there.
Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit harsher than you guys. Joseph, if you're listening, just because you said this, become a high-performing IFBB pro. In my opinion, and I know it's your first time out, but I would give yourself more time. When I look at this shot, especially like the front double, if I can get back to it here somehow, it just looks like there's so much that needs to come up here because you're going to be standing against guys in that class that are, we just looked at a guy who was 5'11", who was 211 pounds, and you can see the glaring difference in muscularity. So I would say if you want to become a pro and you really want to make a good run at it, I would give yourself some more time to develop this physique a little bit more. I wouldn't rush into competing. You look like you still have a lot of size to put on this physique before you kind of know what it's going to look like or where it should end up. From this shot alone, I can see that there's some development here in the quads. The back looks pretty good. You can see how it frames the front. Chest is okay, but like overall, this whole physique just needs a lot more muscle. So I don't know, Ian and Paul, how you feel about that. Like, does he need more time? Like, should he be competing?
In my opinion, I don't think it's bad for a guy in this level of development to do a regional show. Because to be honest, like his shape will carry him, fairly well in a regional show. I'm not saying he's going to walk away with an overall title or anything like that, but I think he could be competitive in a regional show, and I think that'll give him a good idea where he needs to be with his ultimate goal become a pro.
Okay, that's fair. Ian, anything to add to that?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Paul, you were first. Go ahead. Muscularity?
Overall muscularity, I'm going to go 4. Needs more muscle.
Okay. Symmetry?
I'm going to go 5 here. No, 6. 6. I think his overall shape and flow is good, but it needs more muscle in a few areas. So I'll go 6 with symmetry.
Conditioning?
Conditioning for 20 weeks out. That's still a little bit soft. Well,
19 weeks
20
out.
weeks out. 19 weeks out. Okay, I'm still going to go, 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Ian?
Muscularity, I think definitely needs a bit more there. I'm going to go, I feel like a dick saying this. I'm going to say a 3.
I'm going to say 3 as well.
Symmetry, it is all relatively balanced. I'll go a 6 on symmetry. Conditioning, I'm fine with for 19 weeks out. I'll go a 6 as well there.
Conditioning, I'll give him an 8 at 19 weeks out. Symmetry, I'm going to go 6. Muscularity, I'm going to leave as 3. Yeah, just some more work to do, man. It looks like it could be really good. Just
first timer, it's good.
Yep. Okay. Burning through them. Next up, we have Joe Lera. 5'10", 196, men's classic. He's off season. Competition history, he's a pro. Is he a pro? Oh, he's a natural pro world champion.
Oh, okay.
Picks from January 18th, 2025. Finished up the last contest October 2024 at stage weight of 176. The plan is to take an extended off season all of 2025 and compete again in the fall of 2026. I like that. A patient man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think this is my go, or is it Ian's go?
Whatever. Go for it.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Biceps are great. Stand out first thing. Quads are really good. Actually, the entire leg looks pretty good. I mean, for a natural pro, that's pretty impressive development. I think the torso needs to come up. Judging from this, chest looks like it needs a little bit more.
He does have relatively narrow clavicles for
I
a
was
guy his
gonna
height.
I was gonna say that too.
Kind of
You
like an
see-
Urs looking in that front double. You know what I mean? How it's a bit narrow there.
Yep. Back shot looks pretty good. Lats could be thicker. Hamstrings look good.
Yeah.
Obviously not as conditioned, but they look like the thickness is there. Calves are good. It's almost like two different people.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
Like the lower body is much bigger than, not much bigger, but a little bit more bigger than the upper body.
And his back is shredded, but from the
His
front,
back is
not as
peeled.
much.
Yeah.
Side shot, again, legs look great. Arms look pretty good. Shoulders aren't bad. I feel like the upper chest actually is the part that's lagging the most.
Yeah.
It feels like the lower chest is pretty good. Upper chest needs to come up to match.
Yeah, I think this how he has that elbow so far back too. It's kind of stretching out that close pec, the pec closest to the camera.
I
kind
know,
of
but-
elongating it. No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
But I think you can see here too, like the upper chest is lacking a little bit of pop to it.
Yeah.
But I think he could definitely switch that pose to not pull that pec back so much and give length to it like that, and then turn that back shoulder forward.
I don't feel
Leg from the side is great though.
Yeah, I feel like the legs overall, from the side, the back,
Are pretty solid.
even the front, all look very, very good. Upper body needs to come up to match. Do you guys have anything to add?
Just some posing issues there.
Can we? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like you already said about the side. You already said about the side chest where he's leaning back. There are a couple things there, but even the front double bicep, but just he's kind of turning his elbows inwards. I don't think that's doing him any favors.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
I'm curious just to see what this guy looked like on stage if he's a natural pro world champion. Like he's 2 months post show now, so I'd be interested to pull up his Instagram and see what he looked like on stage. I'm very curious because I know some of these natties get fucking like razor peeled, so I'd be curious to see what he looks like.
I'm gonna pull it up in a second. I just spilled my coffee all over my table, all over my desk. Fucking motherfucker.
Fucking idiot.
Oh, what the fuck?
Get on your computer.
No, just all over my desk. Jesus. Okay. Sorry, Joe. We're interrupting your rating with my clumsiness. All right, let's take a look at Joe Lera on stage. That's a nice shot there. Holy fuck. Look at the depth.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one thing about natural guys. When they get fucking peeled, it's great.
I know their details wild.
Yes, it is.
Look at this shot. Well, he's a good poser, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got some fucking cool shots.
Got some swagger. Let's see here. Okay, again, this is a perfect example. Lower body looks phenomenal. Upper body, biceps look pretty good, but again, like Ian said, clavicles are narrow, so you want to get those lats to really come out to try and battle against the narrow clavicles and just kind of create more of an illusion. Here is on stage, but you can't see much because it's from the side. There's another shot there. Yeah, biceps and legs.
Yeah, he's got cool physique though.
Looks good in a vacuum there.
Yeah.
He presents it really well.
Oh, there, that front lat.
Yeah, that's the narrowness you're talking. Chest looks good, but again, it's up here.
It's like upper inner.
Yeah.
But look at the fucking legs.
But you can see it's the same kind of thing. The front delts are really developed, and that kind of outer pec that kind of ties into the delt. So I think he's probably doing a lot of pressing through those shoulders there.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Oh, there. Yeah.
We don't have time to watch this whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is just a hotel room shot.
Quads are fucking exceptional though for a natural guy for sure.
That's a nice pose.
Yeah, no, I really like that shot. He hits that one.
Really good at presentation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, man, I think overall it's good. It just
great physique for
Nice
sure.
for natural.
Yeah. Okay. I think I started there. So muscularity, I'm going to give him lower body is really good. Biceps are pretty good. Shoulders are pretty good. I'll say he needs, and for natural too. Back was, I'll go 7. Maybe
It's fair.
I'll go 6. The back and chest. No, I'll go 7. Okay. Symmetry, again, 7. I just feel like the upper body needs to come up a bit to match the lower body. And conditioning for a natural looks great to me. I don't know what it's even like to get conditioned as a natural. I'm going to say 8. I'll say 8. Okay. Ian, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm right with you. 7, 7, 8.
Paul?
Same, except 9. I'm going to go conditioning.
9.
Yeah, I thought he looked great.
I was fucking handing out fucking.
I'm going by his contest.
Oh,
photos.
wait, before you. Oh, never mind.
No, it's okay. I can go back.
Just. Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. You can fix it.
What?
I was just gonna say copy that thing, but it's not a big deal.
What do you
Just because you copied his Instagram now, so you lost that. Just
Oh, that's right. Ian's always on it, man. Okay, next up we have Daniel Stanco.
Stanco.
That's not right. That can't be right.
Stanka.
6'3", 6'3", 240.
Big dude.
Men's open, off-season amateur. Hopefully be competitive at national level. Competed in one show only. Okay, I think Ian, this is you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, legs are definitely very well developed here.
This looks good for 6'3".
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
a solid for sure.
Big arms.
Lats have some decent flair. He's got a little bit of imbalance at that left lat is coming out a little more than the right. I don't know if that's a posing issue or something with development. Chest doesn't look too bad. Could use a little more density to it. Quads are exceptional. Let's see the other shots here.
Sorry, I'm trying to clean my desk while we do this.
Yeah, chest here for sure. I need to see another shot to assess the arms better. Is there another shot?
Yep. My back. That's it. There's no side shots.
I mean, back development is great. Leg development too. I mean, he's got a fucking lot of leg.
I'll tell you, man, I'm actually blown away by this guy at 6'3", because usually guys who are 6'3" do not have a back.
Yeah.
Especially the legs. They don't have legs like that.
Yeah, a little more lower lat because he's got some good lat width there, but some just a little more at the bottom with there. I think he could fix that with posing a lot as well. But what I'm seeing here is definitely probably chest and arms. As a taller guy, I think the arms definitely need a bit more. Hamstrings look pretty solid here. It's tough to see. I'd need to see a side shot to see a little bit more, but the development looks pretty solid. As a whole, I'm pretty impressed here.
Me too.
Let's take a look at
DJ
Stanco.
Stanco.
This is a fucking porn name for sure.
Yeah.
There's a front double there. It looks. Did he give us a front double in his? No, he didn't. See, now that this shows a little bit of weakness here. Now we see the arms.
Yeah, the arms.
Yeah. This is showing. See, a front double always shows. You can't hide anything in a front double.
Yeah, a little more lat there, like I said on the.
Let's see what's in here.
Yeah, he's got high lats there.
Got a cool physique now.
I don't know if they're high lats. Like that looks pretty good. Like they insert low and shit.
Yeah, they insert high on the front but low on the back. I think he just needs more depth to those as a whole.
My lats were like that. I could never frame, like it didn't frame my body very well from the front, but from the back they went all the way down. There he is in competition.
Oh yeah, they don't look so high there in that right pose at least.
No, from the
left
back.
side they do though.
Well, I think those are. I don't think that's high lats. I think it's just underdeveloped here.
And I think
Yeah,
it's just
right.
he's not posing it super duper well either. He's kind of pulled forward on it.
There's a side shot for you, Ian.
Okay, hamstrings you more.
I was looking at the left first. I'm like, holy fuck. I was
know,
like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, this is the most impressive side chest I've ever seen in my life. Because that is the best side chest in the world if we haven't discussed that already. But,
I think we have, and you're not.
but yeah, no, chest looks great. Shoulders look pretty solid here. Even the rear delt's got some good cap to it.
Yeah.
Side leg is pretty solid. I think a little more hamstring to bounce out with those quads. But chest is definitely what I'm seeing here the most.
Yeah.
Chest and arms for sure. Triceps, chest and triceps, yeah.
Okay. Paul, do you have anything to add to this?
No, I think he's got a great frame though. Like especially being 6'3", he's got a lot of room to grow in that and hold muscle in that frame.
Yeah.
I think personally, my only thing is the arms. I would just say arms.
Yeah.
Like when I look at
Chest too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. I know there's other things, but the most glaring thing that just pops right out at me, like when I saw this
On that pose.
Yeah, because the legs. Because the thing for me, like when I'm looking at a physique, and I don't know if you guys do this when you're judging physiques, but like it's almost subconscious. I go legs, arms.
Yeah.
And if the arms are way off the legs, it throws me off.
He is right too in his assessment that he needs to drop those shoulders and arms down a bit to get a little more pop out of those lats. He's a little stretching those lats out. I think that'll help.
Yeah,
but I can still see that little bit of imbalance between the lats there.
I can really see it on that pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Oh fuck. Stanco.
Fucking Stanco.
Okay. Ian, go ahead. You started.
Muscularity as a whole, I'm relatively impressed with. He's only done one show before. I'm going to give him a 7. I'm pretty impressed with it as a whole.
Okay.
Symmetry, I think it's relatively. I think there are still some weak points. I'm going to go with 6.5. I'll go with 6. Conditioning looks pretty solid. I'll give him a 7.
Okay. Paul?
7s across the board.
Okay. I'm going to go structure and flow is pretty good. Symmetry is actually pretty good. Fuck, man. I don't know. Could I go 8?
Good off-season conditioning too.
Could I go fucking 8 on this physique? Actually, no, because when I saw the front, if I was
he's
judging
leg dominant, yeah.
if I was judging just by these photos, maybe, yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so I'll go 7, and then Sorry, that was symmetry. I'll go 7. Muscularity. You know what? That's 7 too. Conditioning, and this is what, off season? A little too lean for me. 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of potential.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Next up, we have Jared Davenport, 6 foot 220, men's classic. He's in prep. He's 2 weeks out. His goal is to get a pro card. This was my 2 weeks out from my comp I did in October 2024. Currently in the middle of the off season. Oh, he's not 2 weeks out. This is the photos are from 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
Okay. Currently in the middle of the off season, but wanted to get this rated first. I currently compete in heavyweight bodybuilding and classic physique D. Okay, so he's a heavyweight and classic guy, so he's probably obviously trying in the middle, trying to decide where he wants to go.
Yeah. In betweener.
I think I can make this bigger. No, I can't. Okay, that's it. I don't know because the way they were submitted, this is the biggest I can go. Paul, can you see that, or do you want me to go?
I could see it good enough.
Okay, go ahead.
From here, shoulders look good. Chest looks pretty good, although maybe a little bit more chest fullness. His weight, he's got a little bit wider hips, like not a bad taper, but with more quad sweep, I think his taper would be a little bit more enhanced. But little pretty good development of the quads, but looks like a little bit more sweep is needed though, at least on these photos.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like here, like so some the lats look a little bit slight from the front, and the quads, yeah, maybe a little bit more sweep on the quads. It's got long abdominals and a short chest, so I would maybe try to change that pose a little bit and try to drop the chest down a little bit lower so you don't look so long through the abs.
Oh, look at the side leg.
Legs look crazy.
Side leg on this fucking guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, man, his quads look a lot more impressive from the side than they do the front. Side leg looks super impressive. Hamstrings too look great from the side. Great separation. Shoulders look pretty good, but rear delts look like they could be a little bit lacking there. Look like they're a little bit front delt dominant. Arms look pretty good, but looks like a little bit more chest fullness is needed.
Back.
Back is weak. Back is where the most improvement is needed from this shot, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Looks like the lats are underdeveloped, but it looks like they insert low, which is good. So it looks like the potential's there to grow them, but they look a little bit slight right now.
I feel like back and arms is the main area.
Yeah, the arms look good from the side.
physique, though.
Yeah. What do you think? More classic or bodybuilding?
As of now, I think classic.
Yeah, until the back comes up at least.
I can't see classic. I see bodybuilding.
I see bodybuilding as the long haul. I think right now, I think I
Yeah. That I'm sorry. I meant. I don't know if this is a pro card, classic physique, and the reason I say that, Jared, if you're watching, and it might be something you correct. I don't know. I don't think it's a hip issue. I think it's a waist issue. So maybe vacuums can correct it. But I feel like when I look at this shot, this is all very thick. It's not that you don't. It's not that you don't have a good taper. You have good taper here, and you have good lat insertion, so everything's tapering nicely. But the waist is a little bit thicker.
Really, I think it looks pretty good.
I don't know compared to some of the other guys we've seen. I feel like the waist is a little bit wider to me. I think Paul mentioned that
he doesn't have a front double, eh?
Front lat.
No, he doesn't. I just feel like it's not that his stomach is distended at all. It just
his side leg is fucking wild.
Crazy.
This is pro level.
This fuck. Yeah.
I did side pose.
That's like an Olympia level side leg. You know?
Yeah.
This is a bodybuilding physique. That's not at the bodybuilding level yet.
Ultimately, yeah.
It could be, yeah. Okay, Iain, do you have anything to add to this?
Nope. I think the back density and like muscularity is pretty solid, but he definitely needs some more like muscle on the lats and like kind of widen that up. Arms are definitely need more here, especially you can see it on the back shot.
Yeah.
Legs as a whole are pretty solid. I think a little more hamstring and adductor to match those fucking massive quads is going to help. Quads look way crazier from the side than they do.
Yeah.
I feel like the hamstrings are pretty good. Like the thickness here is pretty good. It just
they look decent there. Yeah, I think it's mostly adductor. You're right.
Yeah.
And
adductor,
and he can pop those hips back a little more. But yeah, overall, I think this is a solid physique. I like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You say his age?
No, it does. I got to get that put in so that everybody's age is put in. Okay. Let's go here, Paul. You're first.
Okay, muscularity. I'm gonna go 7. He's ultimately he wants a pro card. He said, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 7. Some impressive body parts with some missing body parts too. Symmetry. I don't want to just do 7s. Like it's too easy to just go with 7s with everything.
Well, it's not. That doesn't matter if that's what you think. That's what it is.
Yeah, just because his back.
There's 3 independent scores. It doesn't matter.
If it wasn't for that back being weaker, I would go higher. But I'm gonna go 7 on symmetry.
Okay.
And conditioning, sorry, what were these photos from? What's the context of these?
These were 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out from a show. That's a little bit soft for 2 weeks out, I think, even though the side detail's crazy. I'm gonna go 6 on conditioning.
Okay. I'm going to go muscularity. Muscularity, I'm going to give him an 8.
Yo, you're changing Paul's.
Oh, you changed mine for that.
Oh, shit. I changed Paul. Sorry. Oops. I'm going to give him an 8. Symmetry, though, I'm going to give him a 5. And conditioning, I'm going to give him a 5. For 2, maybe 6. 5's a little harsh. It should be a little bit better for 2 weeks out. Ian, go ahead.
See,
I think I'm doing again. I'm going to fucking 666 on this.
Surprised you didn't go lower conditioning for Ian.
Yeah, conditioning. Honestly, if this is 2 weeks out, I hate to be a dick here. I probably would actually go a 4, but I think it's a great physique. I mean, I think even symmetry, maybe I could go a 7. It does actually flow pretty well. I like how it all kind of pieces together. That front lat, like on that front lat, especially, everything looks like it pieces together well. Nothing like stands out there. The back is the biggest thing, but I don't think it's like that underdeveloped. So I mean, I'll go a 7 for symmetry, actually.
Okay. 7 symmetry.
I'll make my conditioning 5 for it.
Finishing 5. Okay.
Good.
Okay. All right. Next up. Wow, there's a lot of guys here to go through. Holy shit. Okay, let's do a couple more, and then we'll go.
Is that a girl?
That's a girl in there, yeah.
John Loft house. We know that guy, don't we?
Yeah. Let's go
Oh,
back.
a girl. It's our first girl.
All right, let's do the girl because it's our first girl. Taylor Reed, 5'5", 157, women's wellness. She's in the off season and an amateur. She wants to do a national show, hopefully in 2025. Know that I need more posing work. Just came off a labrum tear and got clearance for upper body. Nationally qualified. First show was August 2024. Okay, we'll start with the front shot. Weird. The face is taken out, but it's not. But it's not taken out. It's not taken out here.
She must have been making a weird face. Oh, I've met this girl before.
Okay. I don't know, Paul. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not a wellness judge, so I don't know where to start here. You guys go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, wellness obviously emphasis is on the lower body development and waist difference. So it looks like she's got strong glute development and pretty good hamstrings, but the quads look a little bit underdeveloped in that front pose.
In this shot.
In that shot, yeah.
I agree.
Okay. From the side?
From the side, yeah, glutes look well developed. Hamstrings, a little bit hard to see right now, but perhaps hamstrings need to come up to match the glutes. And again, quads need to come up a little bit more.
There's a back shot as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. Anything in the upper body here, Paul?
Upper body, maybe cap off the shoulders a little bit more. Want to bring in the waist more. Obviously, she's off-season shape, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main thing we're looking at is shoulder arm development and wellness. And the taper, which is hard to tell with her being in off-season shape right now. Hamstrings look good from the back here. They look like they're well developed. They separate well. She's very glute dominant, which is great for wellness, but I would try to balance out the hamstrings a little bit more and the hamstrings and the quads to match the glutes a little bit more.
Okay. Ian, anything to add to this?
No, I agree. Glute development looks good. You can even see a little bit of tie in there in the off season, which is solid. I think a little more quad flare on that would look nice, and on the front pose. She did say she was coming off a shoulder injury, so I'm going to go light on her in terms of she definitely needs a lot more shoulder development, but I'm going to take into context that she's coming off a labrum tear. So waist, it's hard to judge a waist in an off season, like in these kind of poses. It doesn't look tiny, but it doesn't look like, oh my God, you need to fucking fix things. As a whole, looks pretty decent. Yeah, good.
Okay. Let's go. Paul, you're first.
Okay. Muscularity. She got good muscularity for wellness. I'm going to give her a 7 on that.
Okay.
Symmetry. Yeah, I mean, quads and hamstrings need to come up a little bit. Hamstrings a little bit less for the quads, but I'm still going to give her a 7 on symmetry. I think she flows pretty well for wellness. Conditioning, I think she needs to be a little bit tighter, though. I think women, especially need to stay a little bit tighter in the off season. So I'm going to go 5 on conditioning.
Okay, Ian.
I'm going to go 6, 7, 6.
Okay, I'm going to go 5 on the conditioning as well because I agree with Paul. I think for women, it needs to be a little bit tighter. Symmetry, I feel like the glutes are overpowering everything, which they should be, but the entire body needs to overpower everything, not just the glutes. Okay, I can't see too much in the off season. I'll go in the muscularity. I feel like the upper body needs a little bit more, and the shoulder especially. I'll stay in line with you guys.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Moving on to Jonathan Suchin. 6'1", 200 pounds. Men's physique. He's in prep. He's amateur. Doesn't say how many weeks out. He wants to get a pro card in men's physique. Picks were 4 weeks out of a regional show in Canada. Curious your thoughts on if genetically, structurally, I have pro potential and if I'm more fit for classic or men's physique. Next potential show should be 2026, dependent on if physique is competitive. Okay. Iain, I think this is you. We'll start with the front shot.
I mean, this looks pretty solid. I mean, he's got some fucking, like, his arms and delt development looks solid here. Midsection looks good. Know who this physique reminds me of in this picture? What's that fucking half black older guy that was?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
It looks just like it.
In Ontario, right?
Yeah, what the fuck's that guy's name?
I don't know, but I know exactly who you're talking
He's been
about.
around forever. He's like a half black guy, like fucking,
Michael Greer.
Michael Greer. It looks just like Michael Greer.
Yeah,
the
does,
fucking big ass arms and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar physique. Can I see some more shots? Just fucking flip through them here a bit.
Oh, side leg.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Right,
no,
yeah.
okay. Right off the hop, I'm saying you could do classic, no doubt.
Classic for sure.
Let's see the front double too. Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a fucking set of cannons for arms on him.
Yeah, he does.
From the front.
Definitely needs way more quad.
Yeah, the quad.
Legs are definitely slight. So I mean, you could do either right now. I mean, I think if you want to go for a pro status, I think right now you probably fit more into the men's physique. But in terms of potential, I think you could do either. I think those quads could come up. But I think you got a nice small waistline. You got big arms. Lats look pretty solid here. Midsection good. Chest looks decent, but I think it could definitely use some more. I can see it in that front relax in the men's physique shot. The back you can only see in the one pose there in the physique trunks.
Yeah, sorry. Let me go back. We didn't take a look at that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That looks pretty solid. I mean, good lats.
Look at the shoulder development on this fucking.
Shoulders are crazy. I think it's just how he's posing, but a little more like upper trap and like mid trap there. It looks a little flat across there, especially with those crazy ass delts. You're like flush in the middle and then popping out on the sides. I'd like to see a little more contour there.
Yeah.
But overall, back looks pretty solid. A little more depth to it, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, whatever you want to do, dude. I mean, right now, if you want to go for a pro card, men's physique is definitely the way for you. If you want to, do classic physique in the long run, I definitely think you're capable. Because I mean, that side shot is actually quite exceptional. His shoulders and arms are huge.
Yeah, I actually agree with Iain 100%. This may be able to come up.
Yeah.
To where you need it to, but as of right now,
especially if he's been doing men's physique, who knows what he's been doing in terms of leg training.
Yeah.
But like the side shot, his legs actually look really good.
I know. From the front though, you lose a lot.
Well, he's 6'1" as well. So, but I think how he's posing these kind of like squatted with his hips like this, it looks funky. I think
it doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not helping. It makes him look a little stringier and he's taller. So yeah, definitely. As of now, the only like significant weak point I'm seeing here really is the legs.
Yeah.
Arms, delts look good. Bring up that chest a little bit to match those fucking huge arms and delts. Mm-hmm. Midsection looks solid. Back looks decent. Like I said, a little bit more in the trap, upper back area, but pretty good. I like his physique.
Paul, anything to add to that?
I see his future in classic. I think he could be competitive as a men's physique guy right now, but I think his pro, if he wants to be a pro, his future is going to be in classic. So if I was him, I would take the time to grow those legs and focus on classic.
Okay, wait. I need to ask you something. Just because you're a judge, so I'm going to ask you. So you're trying to give this guy a pro. Let's say he's on a pro qualifying stage right this minute.
Okay.
When you see this, sorry, not that. Let me go back. When you see this, does this not look like a pro men's physique?
I think it's a little imbalanced for men's physique. I think the chest is a little bit weak.
In what way?
Arms are overdeveloped, shoulders are overdeveloped.
I agree
with the chest.
So
he's got good abdominal detail, but not as sharp as you want to see a men's physique. The detail in the
he's not in stage.
He's not on. Yeah, he's not.
Oh, this wasn't. These weren't stage shots.
No, he's not on stage.
Or pre-contest. Sorry,
4 weeks.
Like
4 weeks.
pre-contest. 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks. But even still, I see that look more suited for classic.
I feel like this is. I'm not a judge, but I feel like this is through and through a men's physique.
Yeah, it's kind of what we were talking about the other day. I remember me and you were talking about like the evolution of each category, how ultimately comes back to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we want to keep them separated, then that physique is more suited for classic. I think it's a little bit more muscular than
but
your
I'm
average
not.
men's
I'm
physique
not.
guy.
Yeah, but I'm not sitting here trying to judge what the IFBB is going to do. I'm
Okay.
saying, as far as what they're judging right now, like what I saw at the Arnold Classic, for example,
Ali.
what I saw at the Arnold Classic, this looks like a men's physique to me.
See, I see Ali's physique being a lot more balanced than that, though. Very symmetrical, very
Yeah, but
balanced.
you're talking about the guy who won the Arnold Classic. Of course, it's more balanced.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm saying when you look at this structure, to me only, and again, I'm not trying to change your opinion. I'm just saying to me, this looks like men's physique. Because when I look at this, I'm like, I can't see that competing with the guys. The guys.
No, that's what I meant. Like that's why. Like I get your question was what you like. If this is him getting on stage today in both categories, where do you see him placing better? And I agree. But I'm just saying, like, if he wants to be a pro, I think he should focus on classic and bring those legs up accordingly.
Because that side chest is really nice. Like that's a great classic side chest. I think, like I do it. Exactly what I said before. I think right now he's definitely going to be more competitive in men's physique. He definitely needs to fix his back posing. It looks very awkward and rigid. You need to be a little more like flowy with that. But I think he could be a decent classic physique competitor if he can get those legs up. So let's check him out.
I'm curious about something. I just want to see, because he's got a nice physique. I want to see if there's any stage shots here. Here's a stage shot. That's his side chest on stage, but this is probably old.
I judge that show.
Here's a front most muscular. The legs look better there.
Yeah, legs don't look too bad here. Shoulders and arms don't you think it's more fucking outrageous. Shoulders what the fuck are those shoulders?
Yeah. You don't see that as more suited for classic, you guys? You see that
no. Now I think I maybe agree with you a little bit more now that I see this shot.
I think he can build those legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here he is on stage. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, Paul.
Yeah, no, I think so. I'm wildly impressed with this guy's arms and shoulders, though.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we don't have great arms. So when you see somebody with great arms, you're like, fuck.
For sure.
I used to have great arms.
Yeah, I also used to have great arms.
I never did.
Hey, my arms are still 20 inches, okay? That looks great, though. Yeah.
How long ago was
that? Look at those arms and delts, man. It's just a fucking...
Yeah.
I see that looks like men's physique to me.
It does.
Delts are like he has open bodybuilder delts.
That was almost a year ago.
This was for sure after a chest workout. Look how thick his chest looks there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Chest and delts are pumped.
Here's an ab. Well, fuck. It's a video. This is old as fuck, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened here? How come Ian's not in there? Ian doesn't get one?
Just refresh him. You're going to have to type it again. You put his IG handle. Sorry.
Okay.
So do you guys think, like his question there was, do you guys think I have pro potential?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Paul, I think you went first, no?
Yeah. Did I? I'm not sure.
Or Ian, did you go first?
Go ahead, Paul.
Okay. Muscularity, pretty good overall. I'm going to go 7. Just need to bring up those legs, especially. Symmetry, same. I'm going to go 7 because the legs need to come up. But I'm judging this as based on a classic competitor. As a men's physique, symmetry is probably closer to an 8. Chest being a little bit weak compared to the arms and shoulders.
Okay.
Conditioning, I thought his conditioning was excellent. I'm going to go. Are we judging it based on? I'm sorry. What are these photos from? How many weeks out?
4 weeks.
4 weeks out.
4 weeks out. Pretty good for 4 weeks out, I would say. I'm going to go 8 on conditioning.
Okay. Ian?
Muscularity, I'm going to go 7. Symmetry, I think he's got ridiculous arms and delts, and some things need to come up to that, so I'm going to give him a 6 for symmetry. But I think it's a great physique that could definitely be there. Conditioning, 4 weeks out, I'm happy with that. I'll give an 8 as well.
I'm gonna judge him based on classic, because after seeing some of the like that most muscular shot, especially on his page, I actually think this is more of a classic physique. Like when I see this.
Is there a posing video right above that?
Posing definitely needs some work.
Chest needs a bit more, but yeah, legs.
I'm going to judge this as a classic physique because I actually think the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't know if this is a men's physique.
Yeah.
He looks young too.
Yeah, he's very young.
Conditioning is good though. Look at the arms and delts though, man. What the
Jeez, fuck?
This guy's like a fucking tank top bodybuilder, you know?
For sure. I'd never have sleeves on anything I wear if I was him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go based on classic judging, I'm going to go muscularity 7, symmetry 6, and conditioning for 4 weeks out in these shots, I think is good. So I'll say an 8.
Cool.
I'm going to lower my symmetry to 6, just because the legs need to come up for a classic.
Where did he go here? There he is. You're going to lower to 6? Symmetry?
Yeah, symmetry.
Okay. Okay. John Thick.
Oh, this guy's a Canadian
Oh,
guy.
I know this guy too.
5'10", 260, men's open. He's in the off season. His goal is to get big. Off season, 4 weeks into push phase. Last competition was September 29th, 2024. Weighed 215 on stage. Didn't like my look, but Paul said I have good potential. Not going to compete again until I have a physique that's competitive in a pro qualifier.
Yeah, I gave him some feedback after his last show.
Okay. I think this is me. Okay. Quads have good sweep. Adductors look good. Teardrop looks good. Overall, legs look pretty good. I think maybe the stance is a little far apart. It's throwing me off a bit. Waist looks good. Good control of the abs. Lats frame good from the front. I think the only thing in this shot that's maybe could come up is, other than the posing, is the triceps look a little weak, and chest could use a little bit more thickness, but we'll see in the other shots. Lats are good. They look wide, thick, and sink low. Again, adductors from the back are good. Hamstrings look like they could use more. I don't know if this is a tear here or it just needs more work. Triceps look a little better from the back, but overall, I think arms need to come up. Let's see if we have any other shots here. Back lat spread. Again, lats look phenomenal. Shoulders need to cap off the shoulder a bit. Arms need to be better. Again, it's some poses they look all right, but overall, I think arms need to be better. And then hamstrings definitely need to come up. Like, this is, just for reference, this is a pro level lat development, and it's going to hurt you because the hamstrings are far behind the development in comparison to the back. And the most muscular, aside from the posing, the arms again need to come up. Waist is good. Shoulders are decent from the front. Chest could use more thickness. Again, legs, quads are the highlight here. Yeah, I think overall, the back of the leg needs a lot of work, and the arms need a lot of work. And then the shoulders are probably right behind that. Anybody have anything to add to that?
I don't think the arms are too bad. Arms and shoulders look solid to me. I think a little more yeah, I mean, I'm not a little more tricep. He does have pretty good developed biceps, but as a whole, I'm not too upset with those. The lats look good. I think he could do for a little more mid back, like erector mid back, because it's like very wide, but like not a lot of depth to it. But overall, the back's very good. Adductor and hamstring is definitely where I see the most work being needed, and I think a little chest wouldn't hurt as well. But overall, it's relatively balanced. It's solid physique. Yeah. Chest,
Paul?
I think chest for sure. Yeah.
Paul, anything to add?
Yeah, I think John's got some great body parts, like his quads and back particularly are great. Good shoulders, pretty good arms. I think he just needs more chest and hamstrings, and he has to bring his conditioning better for the next time he competes.
Okay. I'll go first. Muscularity, I think, is let me give him a 7. No, the quads and back are pretty good. I might go 8 on muscularity. Symmetry, I'm going to go 6. Conditioning, this is off-season conditioning, I think is good. Go 7 on conditioning. Okay, Ian, go ahead.
Muscularity, I'm going to go 7. No, I'll go at 8. Symmetry, it is relatively symmetrical. Not any big issues there. I'll go a 7 for that. Conditioning, I think the conditioning here is good, but I have seen him on stage. I do think it needs to be better. So I'm going to judge it based off what I think he needs to improve to be more competitive. I'm going to give him a 6 in conditioning.
Okay. Paul?
Yeah, I agree. Although muscularity, I'm going to go a little bit a little later than you guys. I'm going to go 7 just because I think there's a couple body parts that are.
Yeah, I might even be a 7 with Paul, to be honest.
I'm leaning toward that as well. Okay.
It's pretty strong score. He's got some 8 or 9 body parts though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Symmetry.
Symmetry, I'm going to go 6 on symmetry too because of the lagging body parts. And conditioning, I agree with Ian. I'm going up based on my last time judging him as well. So I'm going to go 6 on conditioning.
Okay. All right. How much time do we have, Ian? You got to go?
Nope.
Okay. Let's keep rolling then. Paul, you got to go?
Nope.
John Lofthouse is a pro, 5'10", 211, men's classic off-season. He wants to get to the Olympia. This was 4 weeks out. Would love to get roasted and your guys' opinions. I had a chest pump. All right. Well, there's not much.
Looks like a great physique.
There's not much to fucking roast. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So for people watching that just saw the amateur physiques, this is the difference.
And this isn't even like, this is his goal is just to get to the Olympia. This isn't even like an Olympia placing guy. So you can see the levels of bodybuilding here, you know?
This is, it's funny, man. When you look at everything we looked at as an amateur and then you look at this, you really have to start to just be nitpicky because there's nothing missing.
No.
But Ian, it is your turn. So you're going to have to start.
I just like to look through all the shots first before I give him an assessment here. That's a great shot.
Yeah. This is Ben Chow's client, by the way.
Oh, side legs, awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, back's where I'm seeing the most here for sure.
Yeah,
back density and width definitely needs more here. Glutes look good. I think a little more adductor wouldn't hurt. But overall, this flows super fucking nice. I mean, this is a classic physique, no doubt.
Yeah.
I really, really like this physique. So, and this was how many 4 weeks out? Conditioning is great for 4 weeks out. Yep. Side chest is good. A little more delt on there might not look bad. Like something about maybe a little more rear delt or just pop to the middle of the delt, you know, but I think his posing is not helping him there.
I was going to say the elbow, when people stick this elbow out, it takes away from the delt.
Yeah. A little more chest wouldn't hurt. Actually, no, chest looks pretty fucking thick.
Chest is full, man.
Yeah, it's all pretty fucking balanced here. No, because he's had a chest pump, so I was trying to picture it without a pump. But no, I mean, yeah, look at the chest there. I mean, that's great chest. Chest looks awesome.
No, I feel like it's you have to be really nitpicky, and the one thing that you can nitpick is the back thickness.
Back thickness and a little bit of more like adductor. Yeah.
Yeah. The back development is good. Just needs more thickness, and then like the adductor, like you said. The other thing I could see is from the front, and it's tough to say because it's classic, but I could see a little more arm.
Yeah. Yeah. More arm never hurt nobody, you know?
Yeah. Sure. I don't know how heavily that's weighted in classic, but
this looks great though. This is a really nice physique.
If we're talking about overall balance, I would say more arm. The only thing I wanted to see that isn't here is a front relaxed because I feel like I can't tell if he's got a narrower structure or not from this shot. I can't tell like where the shoulder is, and there's no front relaxed here. So maybe let's take a look and see. Let's see if we can see something on Instagram, just so we can be a little bit more constructive. See, this shows a little differently.
Without a chest pump?
No, just when people move in a video, you can see like here I see like the leg, the adductor needs a little bit more.
Yeah, adductor.
It doesn't look like when you look at this and you look at the legs look very, very full. But then when you see it in this video, and how old is this? Is 20 weeks ago, so it's not that old. But you see a little bit of an imbalance, a little bit of a difference between the leg and the upper body, right?
Yeah. But then when he poses them like this, it definitely looks better than when they're not piked.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got a little bit of gyno there.
Oh yeah,
on the right pec.
Yeah, I feel like a little more arm, and the clavicles do look a little bit. He's not super wide, but he's not narrow either.
Yeah, it's not a dramatic taper. It's not bad.
No, he knows how to pose it well though.
Let's see what the side shots look like.
Yeah, more sweep to the quad I think would help.
Side leg looks pretty good. It could still use a little bit more sweep here, but the side leg looks pretty good.
Chest looks good.
The one thing I don't know why people do is, and I don't know if does Chris do this? I don't know why. I don't think you should ever lean back when you're posing.
No.
Like it doesn't help it down anything. It doesn't matter if you're doing a front lat spread. Like, look, when you have a chest, I'm just going to say this for people watching. When you have a chest this thick,
his chest is real.
If you're a judge looking at this, and Paul, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you want that chest to hang over the stomach.
Yeah.
You don't want to have one line here. You want to have an indentation, right?
Yeah, you want to create shape.
So what you want is this line here, and then straight down for the stomach, and then back out for the leg. When you lean back, you're creating an L.
Right.
You don't want to create an L. You want to create a fucking sideways U.
Like
so you want to lean forward instead of leaning back, and that will actually give you more thickness of the chest over top of the abdomen.
Yeah.
Instead of creating one line here.
Yeah, you're right. And by pulling the arm back, and he's leaning back a little bit too. I always tell everybody, always try to enhance your taper in every single pose. So if you're hitting a side chest, keep your chest full, like straight on, like you said, Fouad. and you want to bring that square up the shoulders and just tilt them a little bit so that you're showing that taper to your waist. And that's also going to show more chest size, more chest fullness.
See, like you see the reason why guys do this? If you just look at the outside line, see that line? You have a shoulder that's popping out here, and then you have the waist comes in, and then you have a quad that pops out here. So it creates kind of like this illusion of aesthetics. It doesn't work the same if you just lean all the way back with it.
You lose taper in your shoulders that way by leaning back.
You just lose the entire illusion. And then from the back here, Ian, like you said, the adductors.
Yeah.
Now that he's popped his glutes out a bit, you can see them, but they could be thicker.
And then back actually looks better here than the other, but it still needs more.
Yeah.
But again, the arms to me,
lat thickness,
tricep.
Yeah, just more thickness in those lats and rhomboids there.
Fuck, I should just get people to submit videos like this from now on.
This is way better.
It's way easier to judge. It's more accurate too.
Mm-hmm.
Ab and thigh is great.
Yeah.
Ab and thigh is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good. Isn't that weird? It almost looked better with the abs flexed than it did vacuumed. Okay. All right. This is going to be a good one. Ah, fuck. Okay. Who started here? Ian?
Sure. Okay, I'm going to judge this under the guise of that he wants to be a Olympian competitor.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting Paul here. 1 sec. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm judging this with him being a top level pro, wanting to get to the Olympia. So I'm going to be a little harsher with the critique here. So muscularity, I'm going to give. I think the back needs to come up. The adductors need to come up. I think a bit more in certain parts of the arm need to come up. I'm going to give him assuming that the Mikes and the Chris Bumsteads are a 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a 6 in muscularity.
Okay.
Or maybe a 7.
Okay.
Symmetry, it does flow pretty well. I actually really like the flow of his physique here. I'm going to give him an 8 for symmetry.
Okay.
Conditioning looks pretty solid here. I didn't see any stage shots of what he looked like on stage, but this is 4-week out conditioning. Glutes look in. This looks like a really good 4-week out. I'm going to give him an 8 for conditioning.
Okay. I'm going to go 8 conditioning. I'm going to go symmetry structure. I feel like there needs to be more taper. I'm going to go 7 on symmetry structure. Symmetry is good. Structure could be a little bit better. Muscularity, I'm going to go, if we're talking about Chris being 10, yeah, I think 7's fair. Okay, Paul, go ahead.
Muscularity, yeah, I'm going to go 7. Symmetry, symmetry structure, right? So symmetrical, but structure wasn't a perfect. I'm going to lean towards. I wish I could say 6.5. I'll go 7. I think his conditioning is perfect for 4 weeks out. I'm going to go 9.
Okay. All right. We'll do this last one and then we'll go. This one is Cav Bernie. He is 6'2", 232. He's men's classic. He's in prep. He's 12 weeks out. He wants to get a pro card. And there are no notes. I believe you're first, Paul.
Okay. From the side here, legs look pretty good. Good separation. Maybe a little bit more hamstring drop, but they separate well. Arms look pretty good from the side. From what I can tell in the chest there, it's a little hard to see the chest, but looks like it's okay. And delts look pretty good from the side.
Sorry.
Back. Okay. Yeah, chest looks might be a little bit more size from the side here. It's hard to tell with the shadowing. But arms and delts look pretty good there. Quads look pretty good from that angle. Hamstrings, I don't know if he's flexing and losing some of the sweep there, but the hamstrings look a little bit undersized in this picture.
Okay.
Back looks like it needs a lot of work though. And arms in this shot too look like they need some work. It looks like the shoulder's a little bit more overpowering than the arms. So I would definitely say need more back work. It looks like there's some muscle in the middle of the back, but lats look like they're very underdeveloped. Lower back looks pretty thick. Hamstrings look like they're pretty good from this shot, but there's a gap between the legs. So adductor need to come up, and calves too. I like the way he's hitting that pose. It's a good pose for him. And his back looks better from that shot. Legs look pretty good from that angle, maybe a little bit more hamstrings. Lats look better from that shot, but still need more lat development, and arms look a little bit underdeveloped on that shot.
Yeah, I kind of saw it right from the first one. I was surprised that you said his arms were good in the first shot because I thought from the side his arms were very thin.
Yeah,
With the side chest, I thought they looked okay, but
I think the arms are very, very thin here. I mean, like again, like I go arm and leg. The leg looks very developed here. Hamstrings look really good. There's a nice split. The arm looks very small.
it's crazy. This guy doesn't look 6'2" in these photos at all. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
no, he doesn't. No.
If I would have guessed he was a short bodybuilder looking at him.
Delt needs some more cap, and then again here arm.
Yeah.
In the back, the hamstrings look good to me in the side and the back.
Yeah,
it's
just adductor.
It's the adductor is just not there.
Okay.
Yeah, and back is obviously the biggest weak point here.
Yeah. Yeah, the back looks very, very paper thin.
Yeah, back and arms are by far the biggest things to work on here.
Okay.
Can we see the chest in that side tricep? I'm sorry, I didn't really notice it there.
It's hard to see with the shadow.
Let's see if we have since it's the last guy, let's take a look at his
Cav beard.
Instagram.
Quite the beard.
All right. This is a video. You see him moving around here.
Oh, yeah, chest needs a lot.
Yeah.
It's always harder to hide anything in a video. I don't think that there's anything else there. Yeah, there's a lot to be desired here.
Yeah.
Yeah, upper body as a whole needs a lot more.
Yeah.
And the inside of the leg.
legs too,
Like the quad development is very good. The hamstring development's pretty good, but the adductor is just not there. Our arms
Needs a lot more chest, arms, back.
Yeah. Yeah, the upper body's actually pretty symmetrical. It's just smaller than the lower body. But he has a 10 out of 10 fucking beard, so
Yeah.
he's got that. This guy, look at this fucking guy. He's a fucking model.
Good looking
Yeah.
cat.
Shit.
Those are sponsors.
He's a Gymshark guy.
All right. Let's go back here. Okay. Paul, you started. Muscularity.
Okay. Muscularity, yeah, there needs a lot more muscle in that frame still. I'm going to go 4.
Okay.
Symmetry 2. Yeah, symmetry. There's some body parts that are underdeveloped right now. I'm going to go 5.
I thought you said 2. I was like, what the fuck?
No,
So did I.
no, I'm not
It's
going
like,
to.
holy
I don't think I've
fuck,
given.
Paul.
Have I given anyone a 2 yet? I don't think I have.
I don't think so.
Not today, but you have before, yeah.
Yeah, you
Have
have.
I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all have. Go ahead.
Condition. What's the context of his photos again?
This is 12 weeks out.
12 weeks out. For 12 weeks out, I feel like it's not a bad place to be. I'm going to go. I would go 6.5. I'll go 6.
Pick one. Okay.
6.
I'm going to go muscularity. I'll say 4 as well. Symmetry. Structure's good.
Structure's okay, yeah.
Muscularity's all pretty good. I think I'd go 6. And then conditioning, I say, is fine for 12 weeks out. Okay, go ahead, Ian.
4, 5, 6.
Okay. All right. I think that's good for this week.
Good. I'm about to piss my pants.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want, submit your ratings, sign up to realbodybuildingpodcast.com, sign up and drop your physiques there. Don't forget, 4 photos is best, and we'll get back and rate some more next week. Okay, boys.
All right, guys. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.